And we're standing strong as Americans, where at least we know we're free. And we won't forget the ones who died on that Tuesday morning. And we're going to stand up.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America, with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could. Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful, and it's prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help with local rescue efforts. Our first priority is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every precaution to protect our citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The functions of our government continue without interruption. Federal agencies in Washington, which had to be evacuated today, are reopening for essential personnel tonight and will be open for business tomorrow. Our financial institutions remain strong, and the American economy will be open for business as well. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks. And on behalf of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their condolences and assistance. America and our friends and allies join with all those who want peace and security in the world, and we stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight, I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
Today we're going to do something a little more somber. Flight 93 National Memorial. On September 11th, 2001, plane crashed right over the field over there that the passengers said, "Let's roll," and thwarted a terrorist attack. Right here is the Tower of Voices, a monumental 93-foot tall musical instrument. The Tower of Voice marks the gateway to and from this expansive living memorial. 40 chimes are representative voices of the 40 courageous passengers and crew members who took a vote to come together and fight terrorism on the morning of September 11th, 2001. Well, we're right here going to the Flight 93 Memorial. We've never been here, but it's a somber day on September 11th, 2001. Every once in a while you can hear the wind chimes blow. Little map diorama of the area where the crash site is. World Plaza. It says you are here, which is right here. Yeah. So we're facing this way.
I might have one here. Yeah, I got one.
8:46, 30 a.m. American Airlines Flight 11. (9:03 a.m.) Two World Trade Centers, United Airlines Flight 175. At 9:37, the Pentagon, American Airlines Flight 77.
There was no checking.
This is going to be a little different video than we've had before. A little somber. Common field one day, field of honor forever. September 11th is a day that we did some things. How were you impacted that morning?
I was getting ready for bed after working midnight shift, and you called thinking it was the Lakers news or something, and didn't sleep the rest of the day. I went into work that night and helped as much as I could. I think that's the rough time.
Unfortunately, we went in, we did the tour inside, but however, no photography or video allowed. But it was very interesting. This is the Memorial Plaza. So it'll be 20 years next month.
Yep.
How has life changed for us in 20 years?
We got married.
Yes, we did. All because of working together on projects that brought us together like this.
Yeah.
In a sense, I guess, what I can say.
Yeah.
People leaving mementos here at this memorial. Again, right there is the crash site. Again, like I said, back there is the crash site.
Would it say online that it's reserved just for family?
Yeah, it's just reserved for family to come in. These are the names of the flight attendants. He's the one that said, "Let's roll."
Yep.
Todd Beamer. They were Marion Britton, Thomas Burnett, William Joseph Cashman, Georgine Rose Corrigan, Patricia Cushing, Captain Jason Dahl, Joseph DeLuca, Patrick Joseph Driscoll, Edward Porter Felt, Jane Folger, and it goes on and on. This nice memorial here. All the souls lost their lives on September 11th.
Oh, that was pregnant. She's an unborn child.
Yeah.
Todd Beamer, he was one of the organizers of the resistance.
And when I woke up that morning, just going to work, flying, doing what they had to do. One of the worst things that ever happened to America. I'll never forget. It impacted our lives tremendously. Like I said, the 20-year is coming up less than a month away.
They have lights that shine on it.
Yeah. These people will never be forgotten. This memorial's here to stand the test of time. Right here was the impact site where that rock is. They fought back. The terrorists were trying to pull it down, and they thwarted a terrorist plan to possibly attack another building in DC. Hit the 2 towers, the Pentagon, and here. Senseless act.